If you are watching this video, then that means I'm going to die. And what I mean by that is that, like, I don't have a cancer or anything. I'm not going to die in like a couple of days. Like, I mean it literally, in the sense that I will eventually die and you will also eventually die. Maybe you might die from old age. Perhaps you might die from getting hit by a car. We don't know. We don't know. It's not like anyone can see the future, because if they can, we'd have significantly less problems. But that's not the case, which means that no one can probably see the future. And what I'm getting at is that since we both are going to die, the only thing that we will leave behind once we die is everything that we have impacted to a certain extent, which means the things that we have bought, the memories that we have made with other people who now, who are still living, the actions that we have taken in our lives that are going to leave a mark in history. Those are the only things that will be, remember. Those are the only things that we would leave behind. And even then, those things will be forgotten with age. Like, no one's going to remember you in a million years. Like, let's be honest, no one will remember you in a million years. No matter how much of a great thing that you did, no one will remember you. No one will care in the grand scheme of things. And in a sense, that takes a lot of pressure off us, at least in my opinion. In my opinion, the fact that no one is going to remember us is a good thing, because that means then we can do whatever we want with our lives and it won't matter, which means we have complete and utter freedom to do what we value with our time. And that's a good thing. However, even though we have that freedom to do whatever we value, I assume that, well, I don't assume, I know, most people just, at least a lot of people, or at least everyone to a certain extent, waste that time. I have done it, you probably have done it, everyone does it. It's not a you thing, it's a human thing. It's a completely normal thing. Everyone wastes time to a certain extent. However, don't confuse wasting time with enjoying something, because there's this old saying that time that you enjoyed wasting is not wasted time. And I agree with that to a certain extent. If you do thoroughly enjoy the time that you wasted, then perhaps is it really wasted time? The problem comes when, it's time that you wasted that you didn't even enjoy in the first place. Perhaps you were procrastinating on something. You're procrastinating on doing your work. You were procrastinating on doing an assignment for uni. You're procrastinating on doing some shows, whatever it may be. It was not something that you enjoy doing. And that's quite, in a sense, painful, at least to a certain extent. To me, it's painful because we only have a finite amount of time, and we can die at any moment. We can die at any moment. I can just walk outside. I don't know if you can hear this, but it's raining. I can just walk outside and a lightning strike might kill me, which means I have to be prepared at every single given point in time to die. And most people, when they hear that, they're like, what the fuck? Oh, are you okay? Are you okay? And yeah, I am okay. It's just that you have to prepare yourself. And I think only once you do enough preparation, Only once you have reached a point where you have prepared yourself enough would you be able to enjoy certain things in life which you weren't able to previously enjoy. Like, I have prepared myself, like for example, I have prepared myself to a certain extent where now death, the aspect of dying, do not scare me as much. I'm more willing to die, not like in a suicidal manner, but like I'm more willing to accept my own demise. And as a result, what I notice is that I'm more happy with life because I know that sometimes shit can happen, and even though that shit happens, it will pass. It will eventually pass. And it's not a bad thing that bad things happen. Or rather, it's not. Even what I'm trying to say is that even though bad things happen, it doesn't mean that you have to be affected by it. Because you being affected by it, that's just, in a sense, something in here. So, in a very minute sense, it's your own choice to be affected. Like, I'm not saying that it's your fault or anything. Like, someone can come and hit you out of the blue, like completely beat you up. That's not your fault. And yes, it will hurt a lot, and that's also not your choice. But it is your choice to, not let that go, to not accept the fact that it happened. And yes, I understand that it's very painful to accept something like that. The fact that someone came and unfairly treated you in a very bad way. However, if you kept on feeling that, if you did not let that go, and you bottle it up inside of you for years and years on end, then that's your choice. No one's forcing you to do that. You have to accept life for what it is, even though it's sometimes very painful. Some people don't accept life, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. Like, sometimes life is really fucking painful. It's really painful. And it's okay if you don't accept life all the time. It's okay to give yourself a break. You're not perfect. However, as long as you make an attempt, as long as you do your best to accept life, then eventually it will work out for you. It will, trust me. You will be more happy at the end of the day than you were the day before, because you gave it a try and it worked out. I started this channel because of the fact that I can die at, well, not that I started. The reason why I'm uploading videos to this channel is because I can die at any single moment, and I want all of my loved ones to have something to remember me by. I twist some words, just ignore it. I just want the people that I love to remember me, so that they would not, like, when the pain of grief becomes too difficult, they can always watch these videos and, soothe the soul. That's why I'm making these videos. And if you're, if you're someone that I do not know, if you're just some random person in the world who just got this video recommended, then I hope you learned something, and I hope that you have a great life. I truly do mean that. I was thinking of many different ways to phrase it, but I think the way I phrased it, I hope you have a great life, would sum it up perfectly, because in a sense, we have a certain amount of control over how we perceive life. And if we perceive life as great, then we are going to have a great life. At least And what I mean by that is like, like I perceive my life to be great, so only good things can happen. No, 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 like, that's not what I mean. I mean that even bad things can happen and you can be unaffected by it, at least emotionally and psychologically. It's difficult to do that. It takes a lot of practice and discipline to do that, but it is something that can be done. And I hope you do your best to achieve that. And yeah, if you are one of my loved ones, then yeah, I hope this is helping. Bye.